Hello guys. So I got myself a license for the Movavi video suite, which comes with the Video Editor Plus, which we are seeing now. Even though I do like the program and I think that it has a very good approach, I will probably hardly use it. Here's why. Number one, the playhead, this guy here, always follows your current mouse selection. So whenever you click somewhere to select something, the playhead will immediately jump to this position, which is very annoying. Let's say you put the playhead here in order to grab something else and drag it to this position. As soon as you grab something else, the playhead jumps. But not only that, it leads to other problems. Like for example, if I was to do a cut here and then for some reason decide to do another cut on the clip down here at the same position, then this is impossible. Because as you can see, I cannot click the scissor tool twice. In order to cut this clip, I have to select it. But then if I select it, I have to click it and then the playhead jumps to this position. Which leads me to number two, the playhead does not snap. It does not snap to gaps, which is a problem. And in fact, it does not snap to anything. Number three, you can't properly link audio tracks to video tracks. Now let's say you have captured gameplay and you recorded your speech in a separate audio track. If I trim this video clip, the audio does not get trimmed as well. Also, the video clip does not snap to the audio. So let's undo this. What is even worse is if you do the trimming from the left side, suddenly the audio is gone. And if you trim it back, it won't come back. So I will undo this. There are ways to get around this, but as soon as you have more than one audio track that always needs to stay linked to your video track, it will get very fiddly. Number four, no individual faders for both video and audio. So to fade in a video clip or an audio clip is the most basic thing in the world, yet many video editors, I think most of them, refuse to implement this simple feature. Now, not only would it be very easy and intuitive to simply grab a handle here to drag in a fade, but there's also a problem going on here with that you can't do this. Let's say I create a volume point down here on my audio clip, then drag this down to create a fade-in for my audio clip. As soon as I decide to do another fade-in for my video clip with a different length, then I have to use this slider. But as I move this slider, watch what happens on my audio clip. The fade-in does not only apply to my video clip, but also to the audio clip, even though I have already applied a fade-in here. Now you could say, well, then just detach the audio, which you can do. However, as I mentioned before, as soon as you have an audio clip that is not attached, you get other problems. Number five, many effects can only be applied to the whole clip, instead of applying the effect as an effect layer that only applies to a certain area of the clip. So if I pick this effect, I can drag it onto my clip, but as you can see, it's now applied to the whole clip. What that means is that if you want to apply an effect to a certain area only, you have to cut your clip. Which leads to the next problem, is that now the audio has been cut too. And now you have to apply fade in and fade outs, which is rather fiddly. Now you can say, okay, again, you have to detach your audio, then cut the video clip, and then apply the effect. Sorry, I'm gonna select this one only and apply the effect. Now, it works. However, as I mentioned in the beginning, as soon as you detach your audio, you will get other problems, like this one. Number six, the mouse cursor of the on-screen video editor is rather imprecise. So as soon as things get smaller, it's hardly possible to grab the right handle. So now I want to grab the middle handle, but in fact I have not grabbed the middle handle because, as you can see, now I have it and something different is happening. Which leads to the next obvious problem, which is that the mouse cursor does not reflect and not change depending on which handle you are hovering over. So this one will rotate the text, this one will scale the text, which is not always what you want, as you can set your text size here, and this one will resize the text window, which is rather important. So there should be a change depending where you hover over, and by that the mouse cursor will become much more precise. Number 7. If you move something on your screen, there is this snapping going on, which is great and it works really well. However, there are situations where you don't want this snapping to happen, and unfortunately it's not possible to bypass the snapping. So there should be something like Shift drag or Alt drag to simply bypass the snapping. It would be a very easy fix, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't confuse anyone who doesn't even know about this trick. Number 8. In your inspector or your clip properties, you can't change the opacity. Also, if you change something, like if I change the speed, it's fiddly to reset the value. So I just can't pull this back to 100%, and there is no hidden feature like double clicking here or double clicking here to reset the value. So you'll find yourself using the undo function all the time to reset things. It's really those little things that either increase the workflow or slow it down. Of course, you can just type in the value here, but it would be better and would be faster if you could just double click here or double click here to reset the value. Number 9. There are no transitions that apply to your audio clip only, like a simple crossfade to prevent clicks and pops. It's a very basic feature. Also, if you have a transition, then you can't click and drag the handles to change the length of the transition. So you have to double click on it and change the value from here. It's not a big deal, but yet again, it's those little things that make the workflow fast and fluid, and it should be possible to grab the handle and drag it to change the length of the transition from here. Last but not least, number 10. No proper support to import MP4 video files that contain separate audio tracks. So all of those 3 video files here have actually been recorded with 2 separate audio tracks. The audio of the game and then a separate audio track for the speech. Yet if I import them here, if I drag them into my project, it will only import 1 audio track. So here's my conclusion. Of all the low-budget video editors that I tried, I liked this one the most, which is why I got myself a license, and the video suite from Movavi also comes with a very good screen capturing software plus an additional video converter. However, for me, the video editor feels more like a powerful toy instead of a basic but solid video editor. So in order to become a serious contender, I think the program desperately needs some minor improvements. Most of all, the ability to properly attach more than one audio clip to a video clip, so that you can easily import and edit them without something like this happening. Then all of a sudden this software might actually become very interesting for thousands of YouTubers capturing their videos with separate audio tracks, who currently have to use the video editor DaVinci Resolve, which is free, by the way, but fairly complex. So I hope the developers decide to take a step and bring this program to the next level. It's not much that's missing. Little things can make a big difference. But I think it would be worth it. Thanks for watching and Goodbye.